Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and we all know that it's critical to trim the edges flush on zip ties, but in order to do that you need a flush cutting plier. If you try to do it with a standard side cutter or diagonal plier, anything with really an obvious visible ridge in the cutting between the cutting knives, what you're going to get is essentially a sharp cutting knife left on the zip tie, which of course can cause problems. Reach down by it, slides across skin, can slice you open. Well, if you look closely at the design of flush cutters, and this is the Snap-on Combi Plier, the CC87ACF for Combi Cut, this shows you what a flush cutter would look like with a barely discernible seam between the two cutting knives versus this kind of rift valley. This is definitely a lot stronger and less precise and can cut things that you definitely shouldn't with the flush cutting side. So how come we don't all have these in our toolbox? Well, one of the reasons is they can be very expensive. The Snap-on pair is, get that to focus there, is pushing 90 bucks. This is the 786CF, beautiful design, incredible, very effective. I mean, you can just get in to, well, I haven't even adjusted this, but I can trim that up right up to the edge, no problem. Obviously, there is the IGAN. A lot of people sing the praises of this. In fact, I did too. Had a video showing it. I think under magnification, maybe doing a better job. These are about 30 bucks, full Harbor Freight price, but I saw that there's an online coupon for these things. You can get them for 20 bucks. You know, still some room to move here, so hang on. But anyway, the IGANs work great. If you want to drop down to Craftsman, this is my second set. My first set didn't quite work as well. They're not the greatest, but they are way better than diagonal cuts. So there's that. This one was recommended by Peter over at his YouTube channel, Hey There Folks. I'll put a link below to his video, but he suggested I try these 87 150As. And they are amazing. He was correct. Nice, small, but thick, round handles there, so very easy to control. Just a super design. But again, very pricey. You are up pushing, you know, depending on your deal with the Snap-on guy, $70 to $80 or more. But let me show you this one. Yeah, I thought I was going to grab that. This is like $10 to $12 for a little Klein stamped steel one. Still a good deal. Problem is these aren't as durable, and you really have to you know, line everything up with a very small cutting surface. So sometimes that can be a little bit difficult, especially going in blind. Here's another option, these Kaiweets. They include a stripper, an internal spring on the top. These things you can get for under $10. But they have one of the same issues, being that kind of pressed bent steel, is this giant gap right down here. You can see there's a hole. That means, again, you have to align it up with that very small cutting face. You can't really orient it at the bottom. A lot of these, like the Snap-on here, if I shove the zip tie all the way to the bottom and hold it tight and snip, it may still cut it. If I push really hard, it might leave a little teeny-weeny tail, but I can break that off if I want. Pop that loose. Or just don't push as hard and it snips just fine. Very similar with the IGAN. But here's where I'm going. Check out these IGAN CEs. I've often seen this as just IGAN. And these are P6 Pro Chrome Vanadium. These are forged steel, spring-loaded flush cuts. But look at how just beautiful. I mean, it just disappears. So when I cut with these, what am I getting? I am getting the full pro-level flush cut experience with a nice large cutting jaw there. Now, why am I highlighting these? Because they are under $7. They're $6 and change on Amazon. You can buy them in piles, you know, buy 2 of them, buy 5 of them. They are amazing little inexpensive flush cutting pliers. So now really there's no reason not to have any. I mean, if you don't have flush cutters after this, all you've got is an excuse. So there's no reason, you know, to say, oh, I'm not going to spend, you know, $30 for something I use very very rarely, you know, or $80 or something like that. Yes, these are made overseas. The PRC, People's Republic of China, I believe. And, well, lots of tools are made over there. Your call. But I want to test these a little bit more. So I've got some iron wire. It says they can cut iron wire just fine. And here's some copper wire. This is 12 gauge solid core. So what I'm going to do is cut it in 3 different places, bottom, middle, top, and then I'm just going to cut it a bunch of times. So no problem there. No problem there, where I wear. No problem there. Anything? No marks. Okay, here's some iron wire. They say don't cut steel, and obviously I've destroyed things with, you know, trying to cut piano wire. But let's try this steel wire. I use this stuff for everything. Nothing there. Just snipped right off. Oh, it's stuck there. Interesting. Maybe because I didn't squeeze hard enough. Yeah, there it popped off. Try it in the middle. Try it at the tip. So they're cutting this iron wire just fine. And so let's go ahead in one spot. I'll do it right in the center. You can hear these flying around the shop. Goodness. Okay, anyway. So this is within the specifications of these pliers, of these cutters, to be able to do this for $6. And check it out. Not a single mark. And that's more than I cut usually in a month. So for $6, $6 and change, there it is. The IGAN P6 Pro Flush Cutting Plier. So there is no reason I can see now not to have a flush cutting plier so you can finish off your zip ties like a professional. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.